Could Apple's next iPhone finally bring back the colors people actually miss? Or is it just another false alarm? A new leak suggests that the iPhone 17 base model might come into fresh pastel shades, a soft green and a light purple. This rumor comes from leaker Majin Buu, someone who's been around in the Apple leak world for a while but hasn't always been on point. On Friday, Boo shared that Apple is currently testing these pastel options and even released images showing how they might look. The purple looks very close to the one Apple used in the iPhone 11 lineup, a gentle, almost lavender shade. The green, however, is deeper than the light green on the iPhone 15 and has more yellow tones than the mint green on the iPhone 12. According to Boo, only one of these colors might actually make it to the final version of the phone. And right now, purple is reportedly in the lead. While this might not sound like a major shift, color options have always been important in how Apple markets its base models. A fun, standout color can often give the standard iPhone a bit more personality, especially when compared to the Pro models, which usually stick with darker, more serious finishes. In the blog post that goes along with the leak, Boo also lists a few expected upgrades coming to the iPhone 17. These include a 120Hz display, which is something fans have wanted on the base model for a while now, especially since promotion has been limited to Pro models, and an aluminum frame rather than the stainless steel or titanium seen in higher-end versions. The camera system is also expected to get better, though it will still feature a dual-lens setup. What's different is the vertical alignment, which matches what we've already seen in leaked molds and dummy models of the iPhone 16. Internally, the iPhone 17 base model is rumored to use the A18 Bionic chip, which would mark a new generation of Apple's processors. While there's no official word yet on performance boosts, battery improvements, or milliampere-hour ratings, new chips usually bring better speed and power efficiency. It's worth pointing out, though, that Majin Buu doesn't always have the best track record. While some of their leaks do turn out to be accurate, often the kind you could guess based on Apple's usual release patterns, they've also shared predictions that completely missed the mark. For example, they claimed that the iPhone 15 Ultra would have two front-facing cameras, a design that never actually appeared. That makes this pastel rumor a bit of a gamble. Still, with all the other pieces lining up, from mold leaks to the expected layout, it's not out of the question that Apple might be trying to make its base models more appealing through design and color, especially if it wants to separate. Is your next smartwatch about to cost you more than expected? If you're eyeing Samsung's upcoming Galaxy Watch 8 lineup, you might want to brace yourself because a new leak just revealed some unexpected price hikes. Well, we've had good news about the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 prices in Europe. The same can't be said for Samsung's new wearables. According to a recent report by WinFuture, the Galaxy Watch 8 and the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic will be more expensive than their predecessors, and the Ultra 2 model will remain the most expensive of the bunch, despite only a few changes. So let's break down exactly what this means. First up is the standard Galaxy Watch 8. It's expected to launch into sizes 40mm and 44mm, and both variants could cost 40 to 50 euros more than the Galaxy Watch 7. If we take the launch prices of the Watch 7, which were 319 euros for the 40mm model and 349 euros for the 44mm one, the Watch 8 models could now start at around 359 euros and 399 euros respectively. That's not a small increase for a smartwatch that may only offer mild upgrades in terms of features. Then there's the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. This version will also be more expensive than its 2023 counterpart. The Watch 6 Classic launched at 419 euros, with the top-end 47mm LTE version costing as much as 499 euros. Now, the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic is expected to start at 469 euros and go all the way up to 549 euros for the highest configuration. That's a 50 euro hike across the board. What's surprising, though, is that the Classic won't be the top-of-the-line model anymore. That title will once again go to the Galaxy Watch Ultra, Samsung's most premium smartwatch. And even though the 2025 version, which some are calling the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2, doesn't seem to have a lot of changes compared to the original Ultra released in 2024, apart from new color options, it's still going to cost the same as last year's model, a steep €699. Many assumed that since this year's Ultra looks nearly identical to the first one, Samsung might lower the price, but according to the leak, that's not happening. So while the Classic sees a price increase, the Ultra holds its premium price tag with only a mild refresh, making it the most expensive option in the lineup once again. Now here's something else to think about. Will Samsung continue selling the original Galaxy Watch Ultra after the new one launches? It's unclear. Keeping the 2024 model in stores might help offer a cheaper Ultra option. Is Google about to disappoint its most loyal Pixel fans with the upcoming Pixel 10? That's the big question floating around after a fresh leak spilled nearly everything about the phone's specs, and let's just say, the camera department might not bring the joy we were hoping for, while Google seems to be preparing a few nice upgrades, like a larger 4,970 mAh battery and a super bright screen that can reach up to 3,000 nits. The camera news is not all that exciting. According to a detailed report by Android Headlines, Google is sticking a 48-megapixel main camera into the Pixel 10, which wouldn't be a big deal if it wasn't the same sensor from the budget Pixel 9a. That's right, the Pixel 10 could end up with the same camera hardware as a cheaper mid-range phone, and that has raised a few eyebrows. On top of that, Google is taking a step back with the ultra-wide camera, reportedly dropping from the 48-megapixel sensor found in the Pixel 9 to just 12 megapixels in the Pixel 10, even though image quality isn't all about megapixels. Using older or lower-end sensors does suggest corners might be cut this year. Yes, there's now a 10.8 megapixel telephoto lens offering 5x optical zoom, but again, it's the same one found in last year's Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And when you compare that to the 48 megapixel periscope lenses in the Pixel 9 Pro and 9 Pro XL, it's clear that this telephoto lens won't wow anyone. It feels like Google is trying to offer 3 cameras just to tick a box, not to bring serious improvements. Now, if you're wondering what else the Pixel 10 will bring to the table, most of the other specs are more of the same. You'll get a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus organic light-emitting diode display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a brightness bump to 3,000 nits, which should make it easier to read in sunlight. It's still protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and powered by the new Google Tensor G5 processor, made using a 3-nanometer process. That's supposed to offer better performance and battery life, but we've heard similar promises before with past Tensor chips. The Pixel 10 is also expected to come with 12 GB of RAM and to storage options, 128 GB and 256 GB. Charging speeds should stay the same, with up to 29 watts of wired charging and 15 watts of wireless charging. There's even the same 10.5 megapixel front camera for selfies, no real upgrade there either. The design will likely stay unchanged as well, with the familiar rounded shape and camera bar on the back. And with all this in mind, the price is expected to remain at $799 for the base model,